Hello everyone. Previous sessions we discussed about how to install and configure the Tomcat server in our AWS EC2 instance, and even we discussed about how to configure the Maven in AWS EC2 instance. And today's session we are going to discuss about Maven, why we need to use Maven, why it is required. So before going to discuss about the Maven, we already discussed about prerequisite for Maven. If it is already installed in your AWS EC2 instance, then you can directly install it. Otherwise, you need to download and install the Java. Then only you can install the Maven. So let me open my AWS account and start instance. I'm starting my instance and can connect using the Git bash. Right click, Git bash here, can clear it, keep on refresh. If it is up and running, then you can copy the command ssh, take this full command, copy, paste it here, type yes. Now you can able to connect, type uname here, that means Linux, giving the Linux, that means we are successfully connected to the Linux environment on your AWS EC2. So what is Maven and why it is required? Maven is an open source and Java based project management and build tool. Assume as a developer is going to commit source code plus unit test cases plus Maven build scripts into the remote repository. That means I'll show you the diagram which you can able to understand it clearly. It is making quite easy. So there I can represent in each and every project they are going to maintain the three environments. One is the dev environment, the other one is the quality, then product. That means production environment. So in Git, we already discussed about the environment. This is going to the remote repository. You can say Git remote repo. Is the user. User is a laptop or desktop. Laptop or desktop. We can able to commit these changes to the remote repository. That means we can say master branch, master, and also dev. In some scenarios, they will follow the stage environment. You can say here git remote repo. So first they want to take from the dev branch to the development environment, from dev branch to the development environment, then quality, then can use these symbols instead. So first from the dev branch to a development environment, then quality. Once the development is complete, they will commit it to developers, they will commit their code to the Git remote repository. That means the dev branch or master branch. Once dev completed, then once the dev completed, then the quality team will take from the master branch to quality. Then once the quality checks is done, then again they'll commit back to the master branch. From the master branch, the code will go to the production. Like this, they will commit. And there n number of commits they will do. C1, C2, like Cn. N number of commits they will do. So now, what the developers will do, that means users here, they will commit the code to source code. The C means source code plus unit test cases plus Maven build scripts. So as a developer, he can able to commit source code plus unit test cases along with Maven build scripts. But why we need to learn this before going to explain all these things? As a DevOps engineer, you have to know how to take code from the remote repository and how to run it. For that, I am explaining this. As a DevOps engineer, you will take the code from the remote repository and deploy to any of the application servers. This is how you want to take the code from the remote repository. Now, I want to check what are all the build tools available for the Java and other languages. Now, can check any build tools. Maven. Maven is a Java-based build tool. Someone will ask, will Maven support .NET applications? No, boss. It will not support the Java-based, .NET based application. It will not support. Only the Java-based application it will support. Even in Java, there is one more tool called Ant is there, but it is the legacy one. So many people will use Maven only. There is one Gradle also is there, but Gradle they are not using the. They are not. What I can say, they are not familiar with the Gradle version, so they are going to the Maven. That's why they are using the Maven. If you need anything, you can check the Gradle. Want to check the Gradle? Use Google it. Type Gradle. Now we can see the Gradle is a build tool. See, now about everything in the documentation. Gradle releases features. What are all the features? Gradle with Maven. See, if you check the Gradle with Maven, what is the difference between this? See, in the following summary of the major difference between Gradle and Apache Maven: flexibility, performance, user experience, and dependency management. The most of the main important in the Maven is a dependency management. So let's assume Node.js, common, and even Angular comma JavaScript. What is the build tool for this all these languages? So Grunt. That means the Grunt is a tool which will be used for building the Node.js and Angular and JavaScript frameworks. Similarly, every programming language have their own build tool. So we are not going to discuss all about that. So we are going to discuss only the Maven. Now we are going to discuss about the packages. What is Maven? What Maven will do? So Maven is going to create the three types of packages. Maven will do three types of packages. What and all that? So in Java, we can develop three types of applications like standalone applications, web applications, enterprise applications. Each application have one. If it is a standalone application, that is only the Java code which contains the jar. And if it is a web application, it contains the var file. And the enterprise application which contains the ER file. So we can go for the standalone application which will contains only the Java code. And suppose example, we can give hello world.java. Here hello world.java is the Java file which will have only the Java code. So for compilation, you need separate compiler which will have the Java. You can say Java C space hello world.java. What it will do? Java C, that means Java compiler, it will convert every statement to the machine readable format, that is bytecode. Humans, they are not able to understand the bytecode. So every statement is going to convert into the bytecode, the machine readable format. Then it will run the program using the Java command. That means Java space hello world. So it will run the Java command and it will give the output of that command. So Java, what it will do, understand the dot class file. It is going to create one dot class file while compiling dot class file, that is only the machine understandable format hello world.java. Then the JVM only understand the dot class file or bytecode. JVM understand the bytecode, then it will give the output after running the Java command with file name of Java file. Now I am going to discuss about the web application. Web application which will contain the Java code along with web content. That means in the web content we can serve all the static content. Web content we can serve all the static content which will have images, HTML, JS files, that means JavaScript files, CSS tiling sheets, CSS files. So all this we can serve in the static content, means the web application file, which web content contains the web application contains jar plus var file, that means Java code along with WebArchive file. We can say in the enterprise applications, if the application is too large, and it contains multiple modules, we can go for the enterprise applications. Application is too large, and it contains the multiple modules, then we can go for the enterprise application. Here, which contains jar plus var plus here file plus modules plus web content. That is the enterprise application, and each one we will explain about clearly in the later point of time. Then now download and install the Maven. I already explained in one of my video. Please check on that. And one more important thing, while installing, you need to check the compatibility versions of any software. If it is a JDK8, you have to check the Maven 3.x and above. If it is JDK 1.7, check the compatibility version. And even while downloading, there are some variants available, either a zip file or a tar file along with the binary or source. So in the zip or binary tar file, both are in the same. If you want to, if it is a Windows machine, you can download the zip version. If it is a Mac or Linux version, you can download the tar file. And one more thing, what is the binary and source file? If you want to use existing features, you can go for the binary version. If you want to develop instead of existing features, you can use the download source. After downloading, there are some, I'm going to download my Apache Maven. Here, click on the Maven. So it is asking you to save the file. I'm saving under downloads. You can check, go and extract it here. There you will see the Apache Maven 3.6.3. There are mainly, you can see the folders like binary, boot, conf, and library. What is this binary and conf library? Binary, which will have all the binary files related to the MVN. Let me open. See, m2.conf, MVN is a file, and the DLL file is there. Command script using this, and MVN debug command is there. So similarly, you can check the configuration settings.xml file, what it contains. So let me open this settings.xml file. There you can set the configuration file for Maven using the user level or global level. Along with, you need to specify the repository locations in the local repository section of your settings.xml file. You need to specify, instead of m2 home directory, user home directory, you need to specify the local repository location. And most of the things there are available the profiles, the dependencies, everything is there. You need to configure, depends on your configuration. The next session, what we do here, I want to check the content, what is content available in the form.xml file. In the default form.xml file, check the form file. Let me open any form file, form.xml file. Let me Google it. Form.form file. Going as going as any site. I'm taking the content and I will explain clearly. Think it is not giving the proper form file. I'll check in the. See, I'm explaining in this form file. I'm taking this. Taking this form file and making it copy here. Let me explain one by one. See, so in the form.xml file, before that we need to discuss about the what is XML and what is XML and what is HTML. XML is having the our own tags. Instead of using a predefined tags, we can use our own tags. For example, let me say I can use users. So this is our user defined tag, close users. In each and every tag in XML file, there should be a closing tag. Otherwise, the improper XML file, it will show as improper XML file and it will not allow you to modify. In case of HTML, extensible hypertext markup language, and XML is for extensible markup language. That means we don't use any predefined. You can use our own also. Here for HTML, there is only predefined and there is no closing tag is required in the case of HTML. You need to understand this. So in every XML form.xml file, what is that name? Project object model. This is the base point of Maven. Means based on this, it will work. In every tag, there is a group ID, artifact ID, the version. These three are available. What is this group ID? We can say any package name com.chandra. So artifact ID is the project name which we can specify, and the version, snapshot version. What is this snapshot means? It is still under development. What about releases? Releases, it is already developed and it is released. So that is the difference between the snapshot and release. We can give name as any name. This is not a default tag, and description of your project. Then we can talk about the dependencies. The dependency, this is the most important thing in the Maven dependencies. We can write our own dependencies, not possible in the dependency section, but we can write our dependencies based on our project wise, or we can do anything. In case of dependencies, in every dependency, it is having the one purpose. So every tag, there is a group ID, artifact ID, version is there. This is the JN dependency. This is the APM dependency. It's a Google JSON and a comments line, Sauce Labs. So, and finally, build section where you can build using the Apache Maven. This is the default build plugin where we add, and you can specify the repositories also in this Sauce Labs repository using the HTTPS SSLs and snapshot. This is how you want to work with the XML file. Suppose I want to, what is this dependency will do in the Maven pom.xml file? By default, it will download the jar files and add it to the class path. So you don't require to download and add to your project class path. That is the dependency section. While building the project, it will download automatically all the jar files and it will add to your project library. And we discussed about up to the dependency section, and we will see content in the pom.xml file. See, we discussed as a developer, you will write the code and that you know you want to know in detail how to run pom.xml file. Explain all the tags in pom.xml file. By default, common tags is group ID, artifact ID, and version, and the scopes. There are different scopes in the Maven, and we can use only the test, compile, and run scopes. And the repository section we will discuss in the next session. So that's all today's session. The repository, what is the repository, why we need to use the repository, and we will discuss in the next session. Thank you. If you have any doubts, please raise a concern or you can reach out to me using the contact mail ID or phone number. And can clearly stating that this is my tutorial. If you need any clarification, please subscribe and post it using the chat box.